part of it with you. That's pretty cool. So you can start lying down. If you would like to add this second blanket, you're going to make it very, very minimal. It's not a big, thick cushion. It's just super thin here. I've spread out the blanket so that there's the tiniest little hint of a back bend. It's not a lot, but if you're like, no thanks, Terry, then you just skip it. Just lie down on your mat. The top of this blanket that is for your upper back would go right about where your bra line is. So shoulder blades would be on your mat. And then you can have your head and your neck supported. And we'll start, I'm going to give a couple of arm options. First, just take a moment and see if you like being on the blanket with this top edge about at your bra line. And then if you don't, you can roll to the side, get rid of the blanket. Your arms could be hands on your belly or Shavasana arms, palms up or down. So we'll start with that style arm, something kind of relaxing, gentle, easeful. Your legs can be in the tripod, feet wide, knees together, or you can have them bent. Or if it feels all right, you might straighten them out. So just give yourself a couple of moments to play and investigate a place, getting to a place that feels comfy. And someone I follow online, David G. Meditation, and this was his post for today. I thought it was so beautiful. It doesn't really have to do with summer solstice, but I thought what a nice time to take a pause and remember this, kind of plant this seed. Some of your life's best days haven't even happened yet. You have not seen it all. You have not felt it all. There are many more people and dogs for you to meet, places to see, and firsts to experience. And I'll give a shout out for the cats as well, because I love cats too. I just thought that was so lovely. Be open to having new firsts, meeting new people, dogs, pets, knowing that we have best days still to come. And settle in, let your body breathe. If your eyes are not closed, allow at least the gaze to be soft. So you're not staring at anything particular, just a soft, relaxed face, gaze, jaw, whole body. With your awareness on your breath, watching and witnessing your body as you inhale and exhale, you can choose to stay with that. That's plenty. If you would like to play with a little bit of breath work, consider what kind of energy you're in right now. And if you're feeling anxious and a little bit up, regulated, then let your exhales be a little longer than your inhales. You can just sense it. You'll take an inhale and then let the exhale take a little longer. And if it's the opposite, if you're just beyond exhausted and you feel like, gosh, I could use some energy and a little up regulation, then you make the inhale a little bit longer than your exhale. Inhales are a little more energizing. Exhales a little more calm. So maybe you play with that. Picking one. Probably don't want to confuse your body. Pick the one and try several breaths like that. Notice where your attention is. And if you wandered off, come back to the breath, awareness on your breath. And if you were focusing on one of the specific patterns, you can let that go. Taking a few regular breaths in and out. And let's bring hands to heart center. We'll be grateful for this day, for the sunshine and the warmth and the air conditioning or the ice cubes, a tall glass of water, the ability to take a yoga class. And to experience things that bring us joy in the summertime. Let's send some love out to someone or someplace from your heart outward. And release your arms. You can let your arms rest wherever, maybe still Shavasana shape, or maybe you slide them up into a T. And we'll bend the knees. If your knees are not bent, go ahead and bend them. Starting with some teeny tiny windshield wipers, nice and small. Your feet can go wider than your hips. You can always experiment with the width of your feet. If at any time you have the blanket underneath you, it's not working, just roll to the side and you can take it out. And perhaps you'll start letting the legs travel a little bit more. They never have to reach the floor. That is not the goal. The goal is that we're looking for some awareness and maybe stretch along the front of the hip and the thigh. Some rotation for your spine. And begin adding your head, if you would like, turning the opposite way of your legs. We'll take one more each way. When you come back to center, knees can stay bent or you can straighten your legs out. Bring your arms down by your sides. We'll keep palms facing down. And then we'll let the arms lift up and over, reaching back behind you. And the palms will be facing up as you take them overhead. And then you just come back down, a little shoulder flossing. You can have the arms in a wide V, or you can go straight up and over. Let it feel good. If you need to change the position of your palms, certainly you can do that. It's not the law. I never like to say the palms have to face this way or the hips have to do this. It's Not really how it works. Taking a few more or pausing to rest. And you'll bring your arms down. Now we're going to go ahead and create supported bridge. If you have a blanket underneath you, you can certainly lift and fold the blanket and make that your prop for underneath your pelvis. That's a great choice. Or you can take the blanket out and grab your cushion or a bolster. Bring your pelvis onto that. Make sure you're comfy, back and pelvis supported, and then your head and your neck. You can adjust the pillow accordingly. Take a moment to just get yourself situated in supported bridge. And deep breath in and out. And again, full breath in and out. Maybe this breath you fill up, and then open the mouth. Exhale. And we'll start with the right leg on top for thread the needle. We stay for a moment. You have time to keep the left foot down for some breaths, and you have time to bring the legs in toward your body for some breaths. So maybe you start with the foot down. Your arms can rest wherever. Notice as we move into these different shapes that you check back in with breath and check back in with areas where you sometimes hold tension. For me, it's upper shoulders, neck, and also jaw. I just love to hold tension in my jaw. My dentist has told me I'm a bit of a tooth grinder. So trying to be aware of that so I don't have to get a mouth guard. How nice. Maybe drawing the legs in now, or maybe bringing them down. Hold your left shin or your left thigh if you bring the legs in. The next few breaths, you might want to exhale out of the mouth, making sounds, letting go, letting go, letting go. When you're ready, releasing this first side and pausing. And bring your left leg on top for the second side. Maybe starting with the right leg down. Arms resting. Staying here or drawing the legs in, holding your shin or your thigh. Allowing for a few deep breaths with an audible exhale with the intent of letting go, letting go, letting go. Releasing, and this time, let your legs and your arms float up into the sky. You can have a bend in the knees, even in the elbows. We'll circle the ankles and the wrists here. Switching direction. And then maybe taking arms and legs apart and together. Go ahead, bring your feet back down, your arms back down. If you need to shift and adjust on your cushion, you can do that. Then slide your right leg out and reach your right arm up and over. Taking a couple breaths here, length on the right side of the body. Front, side, and back. Bring your arm back and bend your right leg, and then take your left leg, slide the left leg out, and take the left arm up and over. Breathing into the left side. Left arm comes back, bend the left leg, and you decide you can do one side at a time again, or maybe you want to slide both legs out, reach both arms up and over. Let your whole body breathe here, front, sides, and back. The feet, you can have your ankles flexed, toes toward the sky, or you can have Shavasana legs. Either way, you see which way you feel most supported. This can feel also like a tiny back bend, but if it feels like too much, think ribs down, ribs down. Two more full breaths here. And we return the arms and bend the knees. Take your time. We're going to come off the cushion now, lifting up, bringing your pelvis back down to the ground. A couple of choices, Ardha Shavasana, right here, knees bent, or straighten out, take starfish, or it might feel good to hug your knees in. So your choice. Just pausing for a few moments, back on the mat. You may choose to use your second blanket at this time or a pillow as we do some more shoulder flossing. So you can just scrunch up your towel or your blanket or hold a pillow, but you do not have to. We can start with legs bent and just reach up and over any amount. You may not go to the floor. It might be less of a distance when you are holding something. You can also add a little bit of trying to pull the blanket apart. Tiny little bit of that action can be quite sensational, so be kind. Feel free to take your arms wider or narrower depending on your prop. Maybe straighten your legs, flex your ankles. You can let the blanket travel from the thighs Up and over any amount. And we'll take 3 more. You can keep your legs straight or bend them if that felt better. Also, pausing to rest is a choice. After your third, you can put your prop off to the side. Bend your knees. We're taking another variation of thread the needle. We'll do left leg on top. You can stay here, or you can draw the legs in. We're going to squeeze the left buttocks. So left leg is on top, and we're squeezing the left buttocks without squeezing our faces. And then we release, contract, and release. Keep your fingers and toes soft. Breathing in, breathing out. A couple more times, we contract and release. Left buttocks. One more. And we'll release. And switch sides, right leg on top. Staying in this variation or bringing the legs up. Holding or not. Right buttocks, squeeze and release. Try to allow the shoulders, the face, hands and feet to be relaxed, and squeeze and release right buttock a couple more times. And we release. We'll come into starfish. Your legs might even go wider than your mat, arms wider than your mat. You'll adjust accordingly. If it's better to be a little narrower, you'll do that. Whole body, inhaling and exhaling. Three more breaths right here, starfish. When you're ready, bending the legs, bringing the arms back down, roll to one side into fetal pose. I'm going to add a pillow under my head. You can also add one between the legs if you'd like, or if you need a cushion underneath your hip, that's fine too. I'm going to find a space on the side where you don't feel scrunchy and crunchy in your bottom shoulder and arm. So the legs will be stacked and the arms will be stacked. So arms out in front of heart center, stacked. And then you're going to take the top arm and slide it, reach it out past the bottom arm, any amount, looking for some upper back information. And then draw the arm back. Run it along the arm, over the chest, and maybe behind you, coming into a little twist. And then the arm rainbow up and over, all the way back to starting. And we reach past the bottom arm. Shoulder blade is going away from your spine. And then come back, arm running along the body, over the heart center, and opening into the twist. Rainbow arm, come back to center. We'll do this a few more times on this side, the reaching, and then the sliding, and the twisting, and the rainbow. Try it 2 more times. After your second one, pause. Pause and breathe here on your side body. Nice full breath in and out. Take your time as you roll over to your second side, setting yourself up first to be comfortable, supporting your head and your neck. Maybe adding a pillow between the thighs. Have your legs stacked. And then your arms stack. Each side different. Maybe similar, but usually a little different. So we start with the top arm reaching past the bottom and then sliding across heart center and opening into the twist, any amount. Rainbow back to start. Reaching, sliding, twisting. Don't forget to breathe. Rainbow back to start. Taking 2 more. And after your second one, pausing, resting on your side body, fetal pose for a few deep breaths. You can close your eyes if you'd like. And you are more than welcome to stay in fetal pose, resting, or you can slowly transition. We're going to do just a few cats and cows in tabletop, and then we'll come down on to our belly. So we won't spend long in tabletop. Otherwise, you can stay in fetal, breathing, and then you'll meet us on the belly when we arrive there. Adding a cushion under your knees if you'd like for table. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. And we find the cow pose, reaching with the heart center, arching the back, and then rounding into cat pose. Press through the arms. Draw everything center, and then lengthen. Cow, round into cat. You can always do this on forearms or on little fist hands. Notice your breath. Let it help you lead the way. See if you do 3 more, but let the head follow instead of lead. After your 3rd one, or whenever you're ready, you'll come all the way down onto your belly. You can rest your forehead on your hands or on a pillow. And without forcing, allow a breath full enough so that maybe you feel your belly and chest rise and fall into the mat. You'll get the feedback of the mat, of the floor. Not forcing, just curious about full breaths in and out. You'll bring your arms into a wide diamond as you lift your chest off the mat. So we are lifting all the way from mid-back. It's not just my head lifting. I want this whole bra line and up. That helps to lift. My neck is long, the chest, the heart center reaching forward. You can press your pelvis down, squeeze the butt a little bit. You can press your feet down, lift your kneecaps, feel the whole lower body strong to support this back bend. It does not have to be very high, but it needs to be active. So you're not just dumping into the low back. This is an upper back bend here, thoracic spine. One more breath. Happy neck. And release. Let everything rest. Forehead to your hands. You can repeat the low diamond, Or this time you might bring your arms into Sphinx pose, shoulders down to elbows, elbows out to the wrists. Same action. It's not in the neck. Everything is helping. Push the ground away. Press the feet, strong legs and buttocks. Press the pelvis down. Shine the heart bright. Chest reaching. Beautiful breath in and out. And then one more. And then for good measure, one more. When you release, you'll decide. We'll spend about 2 minutes resting. So you can be in crocodile, forehead on hands. Or you might like to press yourself back into child's pose. There's time for both. Wherever you choose to rest, focus on your breathing and where you notice in your body sensation from breath, belly, chest, nostrils. If you are in crocodile and you would like to transition now into child's pose, or you can stay where you are. Slowly you'll begin to transition back onto your mat, lying down on your back. Have your head support, have your pillows handy as we begin our road to Shavasana. When you arrive on your back, you can, of course, come right into Shavasana, get yourself set up for success. If you would like, we'll revisit resting bug. Very gentle, letting the limbs float. We did this earlier with our pelvis elevated, and now we are grounded. Let the limbs feel light, but sense this support. Big breath in and a gentle sigh out. And you begin setting up for Shavasana, adding support under your thighs. It's a warm day, but if you want to use the second blanket over the pelvis, thigh area, that can feel very supportive, very nice, unless you're too warm. And you'll bring your arms by your sides, palms up or down. And you may want to allow the exhales to be a little longer for the first few breaths here, just encouraging your body to surrender and relax for rest. You may continue to rest as long as you would like. Or take a few deep breaths. Now we can focus on a nice big inhale, bringing some energy back into the body, wiggling fingers and toes. Maybe a full body stretch, reaching through all your limbs. When you're ready, bend your knees and arrive once again in fetal pose. On your side body, pause. You can set the intention for the rest of your evening or the rest of your week. Enjoying the rest of this long day. Bring yourself up to sit. Hands come to heart center as we greet summer together. Summer of 2022. What? Thank you for being here. Take great care. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Thank you.